Massive leaks in my Jeep Gladiator? Well, good morning everybody and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. You know, the weather here the last few days has been horrible. We've had tons of rain, something like 5 or 6 inches of rain in one day, which is pretty unusual for South Texas down here in the RGV. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to take a look inside the Jeep Gladiator and see if we have any leaks. You know, I drove it, I think it was yesterday, during a downpour, and then of course it sat in the torrential rains that we had yesterday. So we're going to give it a once over and see if there are any massive leaks in my Jeep Gladiator. Now, let me say one thing. Before, I did have a leak with it parked the other direction. In other words, the front end facing down. I do have a pretty steep driveway, and water did come in through the Sunrider soft top. So I'm real curious to see what it looks like now. We're going to start in a place that really shouldn't leak, but why not? Let's take a look first of all simply under the hood. Let me go ahead and get this thing opened up, see if I can do it with one hand and a camera. There we go, not too bad. And then of course gotta let the top pop up. Let's see what we've got under here. Now I gotta look quickly before anything drips off of the hood, and I don't see anything dripping in, so that's good. Gotta say, don't see anything in here except a little bit of a foggy cover over the cold air intake, but that's normal. It's gonna hold in a little bit of moisture there because it has been so wet here. So I don't see anything, no signs of drips or anything under the hood, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and reconnect this thing just to make sure in case it starts raining. I don't really want to get any water in there. And like I said, I did drive it yesterday and I did go through once again some pretty stout puddles, so if there was going to be any moisture in there, I would expect it to be. Now let's go around to the back. We're going to check in the bed area because of course I have the tonneau cover on here, and hopefully, and where we're going to see it is here, and I think here are just drips from the top. Does look like a little bit of water staining right here, but it's not wet, so that could have been from drips from opening it yesterday. Looking on up in the inside, I don't see anything in there. Nothing on the edges. No, I take that back. There is some water here. So right there, we do have water on that side. And doesn't look like anything there. So we did have some sort of a leak in there. Probably coming in, my guess is right here on the edge. Not a big deal. If I had stuff up further in the bed, that wouldn't have made it wet. So, I'm not too concerned about that, to be honest. Now, of course, what's more important is what do we have on the inside? Let's take a look here. Again, could be some drips from around the door and stuff, but I don't see anything so far other than a bunch of dirt. It is dirty, does need to be swept. A little bit of a drip there, but I think that's from opening the door. Don't see anything on the mat over here, so that looks good. On the door, again, I think just a little bit of water that dripped in from when I opened the door, so not a big deal. Let's take a look in the passenger side. I did see a drip just fall there, so that's water that dripped when I opened the door. Not a big deal there. Don't see any water here. Carpeting is not wet there where the plug is, so that means the plug is doing its job. That's a good thing. How about the door card? Nothing there except for, you know, dirt. Let's go look around backside behind the driver, see if we see anything there. Okay, again, drips when I just opened the door. You could see there. Nothing sitting in the floor area here, that's good. Nothing on the cover here. Nothing on the seats. Nothing across the top. Everything looks good there. Don't see anything on the door card, so another good sign. And you would see staining too. If there was any water that had come in and dried, you would see where it had rolled down the door card. Nothing there. Now, the most important area, the driver's side. This is where we had water coming in before. It was actually right here on the seat, and it was coming in somewhere up here where the soft top is. Again, parked the other direction. You can see the weep hole here. It does have a little bit of water in the weep hole, which is good. That's what's supposed to happen. Looking on the dash, don't really see anything there. No water spots or anything like it had run down anywhere. Looking in the floor area here, other than, you know, dog hair, nothing there really. I don't see anything again other than dirt. That feels dry to me, so the plug is holding up well. And again, the seat area here feels pretty good too. Don't feel any moisture, nothing wet. That's a good thing. Let's check out the door card. Nothing there. Again, I think if there were anything there, it would probably be just from me opening the door. So pretty good, pretty happy with that, or with that rather. Again, it did sit outside in torrential rain yesterday. Plus, again, coupling that with the drive that I took in it through a few puddles and stuff. For some reason, I like to hit the puddles. And you know, I got to admit, it is kind of fun to go through the puddles and then watch in the mirror as the water is splashing up over the sides and even across the hood. I was caught in a heavy rainstorm about 2 months ago, and there were basically lakes in the road as I was driving home, and it was thunder and lightning and all. I mean, it was horrible. It was pouring like mad. I was soaked, and I hit these puddles hard because I was in a hurry to get home and get out of the weather, right? And I didn't get any rain or any water inside either when I did that. So that was pretty good. I was pretty happy with that as well. So I think my problem has been solved as far as having any issues with rain coming into the truck in any way due to the soft top. And I think before that when I did have that problem, it was probably because I didn't have it sealed correctly, maybe something like that, I'm not sure. But it seems that in repositioning it or putting it on this other truck, because recall, I did have the Gobi version, and then I went with the white one, did that little trade out and all. But I think that's because I didn't have a good seal. Maybe one of the seals was, you know, pinched or bent or something. But all has been good since then, so I'm very happy. As far as that little bit of water in the bed, you know, I suppose if I had anything in there that it mattered, you know, whether it got wet or anything, wouldn't really be a big deal because it's at the back of the bed, at the side there. I may go ahead, tighten it down a little on that side. There are some screws, the handle that holds it down. You can tighten that up a little bit, maybe get a little bit better seal back there. But otherwise, I'm very happy with it. And you can't beat the money for that tonneau cover. I think it was around a couple $100, maybe a little more, something like that. And it's done very well. So anyway, I just wanted to come out, take a quick look at the Gladiator since we've had this rain event and see if there are any problems, and I'm happy to say there are none. Leave a comment, let me know. You ever get any leaks inside your Jeep Gladiator? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive Tundra, about my hunt for the upcoming redesigned Toyota Tundra. Check them out, and if you're interested, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay dry out there. Bye.